Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Lucia the Panic Bird. Joining me today is Lucia the Panic Potato and Chelsea the Not So Panic Potato. She's saying she's not here. But yeah. We're doing some Final Fantasy 14 tonight instead of RU4. There's only one particular reason. I kind of just want to get all the 7-1 storyline out the way. So I'm kind of caught up on the storyline and can return back to like my pseudo regularly scheduled program going forward. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's a pleasure to meet you, as always, Lucia. Have you been able to relax lately? Wonderful. As busy as you have been with the Rite of Succession, among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Tuliolo at a more leisurely pace. Family the tacos at... I know they pronounce it, but I can't say it. Is one such way to do so. They're made the traditional way and laden with fillings and are absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner, Brooke Evu, will look after you. Am I finally getting tacos in this story too? I get 2 tacos this patch cycle. Oh, you know, Lucia's not on duty right now. Let's buff her over to somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh. Here we go. Be casual, Lucia. Casual travel, Lucia. She's got pockets. If it isn't Lucia, alone today, are you? Yes, and I would like to finally have tacos. I see. If you've been having have a hankering for tacos, and they're on the house, consider it a token of gratitude for your help tracking down those treasures. Go ahead and find the table. I'll bring you your meal as soon as it's ready. I wonder what it says if you haven't done all the treasures. I legit am curious. Ahoy, ahoy. Tacos. Still love tacos, I hope. You ate so many when you turned 5, you could barely move afterwards, remember that? No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Alright, sorry, it's still strange for me too. Just the other day, you were a little boy clinging to your mother's skirt. You set off to Yasaluni, and now you're a man grown with a full face of hair. And so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family, and you can always rely on me. Relying, feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else, I can't even start a fire without assistance at my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had Electrope. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button and everything came at our fingertips. But here, I'm helpless, a culinarian who can't even light the stove. Why is it... No, I don't know why it's just not turning on. I guess it's broke. My wife and children, I was thinking I'd have them join me once I had things settled, but at this rate... I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too, and I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work. Oh my god, I still don't get to enjoy my fucking tacos. I didn't mean to overhear, but it seems like you're having trouble readjusting to life in Tuliolo. Val Wooklamont. To aid folk like yourself, we've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know, but I'm hopeful that they can make things easier. This is exactly what I needed to... That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. That's sweet. Wilgamot's a character that is, like, inherently a little difficult to dislike, but I'm fully admit that she also has, like, this air of, we want you to really like her, so we're gonna kind of force her down your throats. This expansion, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. But just about to go find you, Lucia. You don't mind the company, I hope I could use a bite to eat myself. Hey, I finally got to enjoy tacos. The tacos here never disappoint. So what have you been up to lately? Been exploring Tural with my trusty alpaca. I've been catching up on sleep. Been working to recover some stolen artifacts. I've been making a name for myself at the Arcadian. You're fighting in the arena in Alexandria? By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you honed your skills even further. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with my duties at the palace, but whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to the people. That way I can better understand the problems they have and share them with Kona to figure out solutions. I was on the one such walk just now, and as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you. As Dawn servers, you have time to come to the palace? Sure, I am technically on a vacation, and if the person in charge is asking me to come visit, I really don't feel like I can say no. I mean, there's nothing stopping me if I say no, but... Great, I'll go on ahead. Please come and join us when you can. I am apprehensive about this story, guys. I've got some mild concerns. I really want to like this story, but I have, like, upon reflection, especially after watching our former healer Lindsay Liu go through the storyline herself, and like you know, re-experiencing the storyline from a second point of view. As much as I am at heart a writer and like breaking apart storyline, you have like Wook Lamont going on like a pseudo hero's journey. I say pseudo because there's a few parts she skipped, but you know, there was the part where it was a journey of a 5-man band. Wook Lamont was the main character, you weren't, and that took an adjustment period. And I was willing to sit and watch it for a while, but like, I'll bring up my misgivings after this. Mr. Schuster, it's an honor as always. Val Wook Lamont has stepped away to attend a meeting with pressing matter, but he should. Oh, Val Kona, but he should be joining you within before long. Oh, hey, friendos. I wonder if, because she's dealing with her newborn, if we're not going to see much of Y'shtola for a bit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you tell him, Lucia. Get him. You get him.
I mean, all she can do is strut. She has to walk pretty far to catch up with everyone else. Oh, you're all here too? Val Kona summoned us, though truth be told, Alphinaud and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. He asked us to share our knowledge of Hannish culture, you see, in hopes of strengthening your alliance. We were, of course, happy to oblige him. Ral and I were likewise summoned. Otherwise, we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he has started. Aww. Well, the girl's all grown up and doing her own adventures. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Tural. Ishtola, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. I'd be happy to think about it. I am very careful about the key that belongs to a fragment of myself. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You're like to be stuck with her for a while. I don't think I'm worried about that, though. As for Sinian, we know neither where he is nor what he's doing. Some things never change. He's out on an adventure and having a good time. And then we're gonna get Estinian! Easy as your dragoon. Apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So what can we do for you? Hopefully present company is enough for whatever you need. The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Galuja and his administration have... King Galuja and his administration have invited us to attend. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yassilani, I see no reason not to attend. Generations of Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the Queen be thus honored. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends want to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. I'm gonna get a tomato thrown at me. Who am I looking down at? There is no one here who is below eye level. Indeed, a funeral with Alexandrians, the chance to come together to express their grief that they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go, not only to be there for Galuja, but to put the chapter behind us. That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wished to attend their funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. Honestly, though, like, I know some people would be like, I think I should go too. But I am actively, like, Sphene's killer here. More so than, like, Wuklamot. Like, Wuklamot was mostly playing defense when she got in. But, like, I legitimately was actively going out of my way to like, gunning for her. I honestly think this would be Lucia's, like, response would be like, that would be inappropriate. Because of your role in her demise, I take it? But we have no choice. We had to stop her from killing countless innocents. Yes, but you actually were actively her friend. I won't force you to attend the funeral if it makes you feel uncomfortable, but while I represent Tuliyollo in official capacity, I'd like it if you could be there to overwatch everything. I feel like the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was to her people and to others, so let us stand with you. It's decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Galuja in the back room. What about the fussy little Kit Kat? My fussy little Bun Bun. That's a very interesting way to start a story. It would be nice if there was like some branching paths. I know they wouldn't do it. Most MMOs want players to experience like a whole storyline, but it would be neat to do like a branching paths thing. I too. Though I too would ideally attend the funeral, given the circumstances, I think it's best if Lamachi represents us. Besides, I need to be on hand to oversee the city's repairs, which is taking longer than expected. When that work is complete, we will finally look into installing new thrones. But to have Father's throne here still makes me feel he is close by. I'm quite happy for it to remain for a while longer. Doing storyline, but yeah, so on my little like mini rant about the storyline, it felt like it took too long for me to become the main character again. Because I like, to be fair, I probably would be a little less unhappy if Wuk-Lamat didn't keep being the leader. But like, when it finally came time, when we got to 95, we were allowed to move on to, or 96, and allowed to move to the northern side of to Raw. It really felt limiting what we were allowed to do and what we were allowed to enjoy as part of the story, and that kind of degraded my entertainment for a bit. He came for the funeral. Of course, I'm the only one who will officially taking part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. It's good. Shayla's always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep systems and the mechanical soldiers. Knowledge I'll keep to use my authority properly. Yes, as always, I see. By way of treat, I brought you Catel al chocolate. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lamachi, and thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you there. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all the attendees. During all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? The flowers are being handed out at practice part. I'm thinking of heading over there now. We'll join you. There's a man I would like to speak to. Gosen. He was apparently Sphne's aide and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. I'm actually hoping there's people who are upset. Even if it's not when they see Wuk-Lamat, if they see me and they are upset. That would be kind of nice. Like, it would be nice to be someone's villain arc, I guess is what I want to say. Being the idea that, hey, you took whatever good or ill you did, you took away our precious queen. And some people would prefer ignorance as bliss. They wouldn't, they wouldn't believe that something, even some people might even go further and be like, I don't believe what you were doing was correct, You could be lying to me, you could be lying to all of us, How are we just supposed to believe you because you brute forced your way in? This is Catboy. Let me clean it up over quick. That's fucking hilarious. Why, your problems. I'm Val Wooklamat of Tuliolo. Thank you for extending an invitation to Queen's Fiend's funeral. We are honored, truly. I had seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I am Ghost and former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I have been responsible for administrating affairs of state. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? Rest assured, they are not a requirement. We're aware your people do not use them. You see, people in Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their person when attending funeral. As such, tokens were black. It was suggested that we might wear regulators painted in the same color. Yet, we've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we've distributed them as we are able. I see. Yet, regulator or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen's Fiend, remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. Oh well. The proceedings will soon begin in the plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. I really feel we could have a cool class, like, that uses beasts, kind of like the fighters in Arcadia do, as like a new class next expansion. That would be really cool. I would rather be all the way in the back. They really did copy paste that.
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands.
Might be quiet, I'm sorry.
Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolao. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen's Fiend brought us together. Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we must. We will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. powerless in my own words.
I like that. I like that he is grieving so hard that he can't even begin to believe his own words. Such is the grief some people feel. It's hard to grieve, to feel lost. And the more important that person, harder it is to overcome it.
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
What will happen indeed? Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Oh my god, you guys are... Don't get me wrong, this is kind of dramatic, but also kind of like,
Also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
These people don't know how to mourn.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yorkui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True, but with With that, at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Guloja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
Ever the dim trial. Ever the dim. It's a little disconcerting pop-up they did there. You guys will solve all the problems. I feel the problems run deeper than that. Like a good place to get conversation. It's gonna be a reading cutscene. Hey Galusha, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Jill searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamuja she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from the people's memory, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. Want to know your mother? That would actually be Lucia's question. She does not have a good relationship with her mother. I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. I want to try looking again, and if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. Well, I see. Well, that's what you want. And I'll help you. I'd like to help too, and I believe I speak for the others too. I don't know, Lucia probably feels super awkward doing stuff. But I can't bother you with this, you've already came for the funeral. I mean, we're already here though. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well within Alexandria. Not just about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we are bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. Alright, thank you everyone. I feel like I'm going to need to put on my big girl armor soon though. Rahatia has an idea of how you may proceed with the investigation. Assuming neither memory nor records of Galuja's mother remain, we must cast a wide net upon it. I suggest we split in a group. Wide net upon it. You can make inquiries outside in the outskirts. The rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. Alright, well if I'm going outside, I'm putting my big girl pants on. Of course, the ad pop up. Well, it gives me a minute to clean my brush. bit of finishing up a project I'm working on. I went right to Solution 9. I swapped to full STC synthetic brushes. My horsehair ones are getting a little worn down too quick for comfort. Sorry, but I've never heard of a Momoja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zoroja. I better luck talking to people over at Tanawawatan settlement in the north of Everkeep, in a place called Yuyakamwaka. Zae-san won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another, so the story goes, if I remember correctly. Their chief's name is Kaneliloka. So we learned about Zoroja's devoted. Much as I'd prefer not to venture outside, my work is here is the only reason I escape the turmoil and Everkeep. To think my research could be linked to in any way to such a catastrophe, I'm considering my future very carefully indeed. That's rough, buddy. Jeez, where are these, like, people hiding? There we go. Looking for a Momoja woman? Oh, Galuja's mother? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. Know little about Zoroja, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the Dom cut us off from the world, a Toral Vidral appeared and was terrorizing the region. Near swapped Zoroja assembled a party of warriors, and with them confronted and felled the beast. It was to hear the king's feet in the past. Oh, you battled a Toral Vidral here. That's neat. Ba 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 da ba ba. Chatty shit, chatty shit. Oh no. Well, their people have never been a common sight around here. Why the last time I saw one would have been where the dome came down overhead. She was among an entourage of the Lands Guard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliyola after the mission. He remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. Yeah, I gotta go all the way back inside. So I made a mistake recently. One I'm kind of okay with, but also one that's just like, this is going to be a nightmare. I was painting for the Table Lit Gaming's Paintvember. It's a fun thing that I try to do every Paintvember. I usually fall behind and stay behind. I started out behind this month, caught up, and then haven't done... I prepped a bunch of models last week and then painted nothing this week. So I'm behind. Tomorrow I'll probably paint up all of my Terminators, or if I get done with the storyline early, I might stop and start painting those up a bit. But I went to test my yellow because I didn't quite like how the yellow came out on my catapult. One second. Guluja has told me all. We've previously tracked down records of his mother, but came up empty handed. With everyone help, hopefully we can, with everyone's help. Ooh. Lucia's gonna have, if Lucia's handwriting is anything like mine, she's gonna have to personally translate it for everyone else to read. So you spoke with quite a few people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what our conclusions are. My bad writing is partially why I don't want to draw. So Zoral brought a retinue of Land's guard to Yasselani, among whom was a female, Mamoja. His mission was to rid the region of a Tarav Vidral, and I can believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis in Yawata he resolved. Some of his troops stuck around for a time, and perhaps to assist the villagers with the recovery effort, then they could have indeed got trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement of Yawata. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zoral made regular visits. He required secrecy. A location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal, and if this Mamoja woman had there, they would have had no occasion to come here. I see, but what could Zoral been doing in that village? I think we can answer that question. In order to retrace Zoral thefts, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Origenics. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep per the King's direct order. This is the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard were believed to be directly under the King's jurisdiction, apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that's all we can learn. Plenty to go on. Even if their work was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within the Everkeep. So if we look into transportation records... There it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries were being made to Uwayawata, far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several pieces together, a picture begins to. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life. So we'll be investigating the secret facility in Uwayawata. Then, this time I want you to come along, Guluja. You're bringing the king. Uwayawata is on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the downdrifts. Or from the drift downs. Alright, thank you, Shao. I hope it's a late location we can revisit, but I'm betting that's just going to be the dungeon. Something in life that are beautiful are not things, just things, like arson. But yeah, so I was painting one of my mechs for BattleTech called a catapult, and I was painting the yellow, and it's been a while since I painted my Merc mechs, so the yellow I was painting didn't quite come out like the same as everything else. It didn't come out bad, don't get me wrong, it just didn't come out quite the same as everything else. So I was like, you know what, I will do up a Marine in yellow, and I'll try different shadings for each of them and see how each of them come out. And then like halfway through I made a Lamentor Marine. Ugh. The hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. Still inside a dome, so I don't expect it'll be too much different from here. And we'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. We'll follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright, be careful everyone. Okay, let me go jump chat. I figured Bogos was. There's the sheriff too. Hello. There's a.
I suppose I can help.
Thank you. Do you mind healing so I can tank?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you. He's still set to busy. His status. It's busy. Feeling any better, Bongos?
Stop yelling at me. Silence, bottom.
I'm an idiot, but I'm having fun.
Considering your want for panic.
This is actually my inside voice. Alright, let me turn on the chat. So here's a Sherm. Hi, Sherm.
Hello.
Okay. Sherm, I'm going to tank if that is okay.
Sounds good.
And Doc has volunteered to do heals.
Sounds good.
That I'll apologize about in advance.
It's probably fine.
Oh yeah, it probably is. I'm not the best tank, but I will say I at least try to use more than just Blackest Night cooldown. That's actually really fun to think about right now, considering I just read or watched a summary breakdown of Green Lantern stories this week.
Oh yeah.
Jeff Johns does such a good run of Green Lantern. It's highly recommend somebody go look that up on YouTube. It's great. Both Comic Historian and Comics Explained do a great job. Ooh, spooky forest.
Yeah.
This was not quite what I was expecting out here. Go ahead.
It gets worse.
Oh, I'm expecting an evil laboratory, but I wasn't expecting the spooky forest. Did you change? No, you didn't. Okay, it's just... Alright. Oh, do we need to watch the kid?
Yes.
You should always watch the kid. He's adorable.
Yeah, but he's not supposed to be here.
I know,
Yeah,
but he
he
just
is.
snuck on the damn thing, and now he's here.
This is his dad's laboratory.
Laboratory.
Close enough.
I will refuse to say it any other way. Dexter's Lab has taught me this is the correct way to say it.
ED, get out of my laboratory.
100%.
Yeet.
I like to take their sweet time breaking that. Which, I mean, I guess is for the best, but, Alright. From... Ah, that looks so dumb. I hate it. Give me my old one back. Probably should have just saved that. Alright. We got a boar.
Sure.
A boar with some very nasty underbite.
He was born that way. Don't shame him for that.
I'm gonna shame him for like stabbing me.
Okay, that's worthy to be shamed of.
Alright, what's your gimmick?
Yes.
Now this.
Wait, no. That's kinda cool. If he throws that, I'll be fucking awesome.
Wait.
Oh god! They did call it Caber Toss for a reason. Oh god, that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, cavers tend to be quite large.
Oh yeah, no, like in a good way. I'm like in a I appreciate this sort of way. Oh, I hit Living Dead instead of the other button. Well, I'm not gonna have that for 5 minutes.
And now...
You know, it just kind of occurred to me that this thing could also be called a man-bear pig, and one of its attacks is gore.
Not the man-bear pig.
Oh god, I got the full reference. Boo! Boo that man! Chuck that out there, because this is probably going to be a big magic hit. I was not wrong! Except for the part where it was big. It was not, in fact, that thing.
Well, remember, you can use missionary for physical now, too.
Yes! Which is why I wasn't afraid of using it. I just assumed it was going to be magic. Alright. I get all the melee cards!
Not anymore. That's shield and healing potency.
Yeah. But I also figure I probably am also getting the melee card.
Oh no, I'm alternating it between Sherman and Bongos.
That's fair. I've never been the best DPSer. Please die. Please die.
Yeah.
Please die. Okay, I know.
The way I figured the melee card is better put to use on them.
Ooh, can I get the maiming stuff just because it looks good if nobody minds?
Oh yeah, sure.
Right. Do you even have a Dragooner? Yeah, you know what? You have Reaper, never mind.
Yeah, Reaper. Oh, I would have got that one anyways, damn.
Yeah. Also, Lucia, there's Lore.
Lore! We got While His Majesty Zoral Jah is not the first to conceive of transferring a beast soul into a person, safety and ethical concerns have ensured no. Oh my god. Earnest attempts have been made to date, yet our king believes that there is no greater evil than to hinder the potential of man, and so he has ordered us to make this concept a reality. He would bolster our military might and break through onto the outside world. If our research will further this ambition, then perhaps it is worth pursuing. Oh. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh god, what is that?
It's an undead dog. Have you not played Resident Evil 4 before? Or, like, any Resident Evil? Oh, there's lore. We're stopping here.
Look at their eyes, or rather, eye cavity.
Have you not played Resident Evil before?
I mean, I have, but I wasn't expecting it in my Final Fantasy.
That's fair. That's actually kind of fair.
I mean, I guess helping Zeralja was some people's Final Fantasy, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God.
Doc? Why?
That could be taken on so many levels, too. Like, none of them good.
In that, by the way.
Alright. Research. Our bodies are fragile vessels, but the infusion of another person's soul confers strength and vitality. The soul of a beast yields mixed results. Even when stripped of memories, a feral soul can induce physiological instability in the subject. I suspect this is because primal instincts remain, and while a certain amount of bestial ferocity is expected, and I dare say welcome, too many such souls can lead to physical mutations. For now, our objective shall be to determine the threshold beyond which a body is at risk of uncontrollable mutations. That's not fucking horrifying.
Well, that's kind of parallel with what we're doing in Arcadian right now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Zombie.
It's a zombie. Len's gonna have so much not fun in this dungeon.
Hey, take a gander behind the glass there.
I see the body is still floating in there. I was actually expecting them to come and attack us, not the other way around.
You know, it's a good thing we don't have Sephiroth in the party. This might trigger something.
What, people's innate fear?
No. Remember the last time that Sephiroth saw a bunch of bodies in pods?
Mm-hmm. There's blood on the floor.
Lore up ahead.
Yep.
And now the child gets too close.
Wow, I can't sleep any of these guys.
No.
Last thing we need is friggin' Alexandrian Child Protective Services on us.
Yeah, can you put the King to sleep over there?
Also, that giant has no head.
Does it not have a head? It has a sack on its head. I was pretending the sack was its head.
It seems particularly small for a head.
I mean...
No, it's the head.
Yeah, no, their heads are like recessed into their bodies.
Okay.
They have like that Titan look to them. No, wait, where are you going, kid?
Stupid child.
Alright. The rate of transfiguration may be dictated by the potency of the souls consumed. We've experimented with fiends of great power, but mutations were observed after the infusion of merely a single soul. No better was this phenomenon illustrated than with poor Atticus. His body was altered irreparably, and he lost all capacity for rational thought. While the primary objective of this research was to utilize the soul to Tarrau Vidral, I struggled to see a path forward. An alternate approach must be considered. We're gonna get attacked by things in the doorways. Oh god, why are they crawling? Specifically, why are they crawling that fucking quickly?
We got a crawler. Someone go around and do the Easter egg while we're waiting.
Do the Easter egg?
God, zombies.
Ah.
Also, you can take a peek in the. Oh, Lucia, you missed a note.
I missed a note? Oh.
Also, you can take a peek in those rooms.
I took a peek in some of them. They're pretty not okay. If the source of our failures thus far has been our inability of our bodies to contain feral souls, what if we were to reverse the process by purging a beast of its memories and infusing it with a man's souls? One still possessed of its own memories, we stand to gain absolute control over a vessel of great power. My subordinate, who first proposed this brilliant hypothesis, shall have the honor of being the first to transcend our meager limits. I must prepare his soul for extraction at once. The soul rebels!
Damn it, I thought the exact same thing.
It doesn't help I'm seeing this guy, like, floating here. Like...
Yeah.
I think it's the same skeleton that they're using for it, too.
Yeah.
Wait until you see the animations.
Oh god, it is, like, exactly the same. Oh god, a tank buster. Let me do something about that. I have to go play Dark Souls now? Fuck, I'm screwed. No, wait, I got my greatsword. Never mind, I'm fine.
Yep. The tank buster is Dark Souls. They know what they're doing.
Oh god. No. Where's my dodge roll? I'm gonna get hit. I'm so sorry.
Wow. This get good.
Yeah, I didn't have my dodge roll. I don't know what to do.
What are you talking about? We all have a dodge roll. We learned it from Clive.
Oh, what the fuck is... what's on the floor?
Don't worry about it.
You're asking questions again.
You have a safe spot, Lucia.
Yeah. Lost hope.
Have fun.
Oh, fuck off with this bullshit.
Oops. I'm dead. I'm very dead.
No, you're not.
I lived! That was fucking horrifying.
I lived, but I got a damage down, so was it worth it?
I should be dead anyways.
Blood burst.
I should Super Bowl-eyed myself now.
You do realize you live with Super Bowl Light, right?
Yeah, now it's only half your health.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they changed it.
That's boring.
Yep.
That's boring. Was it because it implied you needed to have like a white mage anytime you were tanking with the
No, it was probably more along the lines of the meme and then people getting mad.
Boring.
And then there's also the other issue of the actual invuln doesn't immediately apply.
Yeah, but that's easy enough to fix. You just put it on the frame before you go to 0 health, not after.
And they fixed that too. Like in the same patch that they nerfed it. Or buffed it? Nerfed the meme.
Nerfed it, but they nerfed the meme. I like that phrasing a lot. What the fuck?
What is that?
One of these
A
days
problem.
I will get the rest
Wow.
of the casting set.
That's a big Spriggan.
I would have passed for you.
Oh yeah, no, I would have
I
too.
mean, it's fine. You needed it.
I was honestly, I'm not going to use it. I just want to. I wanted to convert it into GC seals.
Yeah, I've been farming for glam, and all that's dropped for me is the fucking accessories.
Oh, I am so sorry.
I'm sorry, Doc. Next time, let me know, and I'll gladly pass up.
Yeah. Oh, when I saw you were casting, I just kind of assumed give you deference for it.
Oh no.
Because I'm
That's why I wish that there
kind
was
of.
like a. Yeah, I wish there was like a greed or like greed for.
I wish there was a trade in dungeon. Like, you could drop it in dungeon, because that was something that WoW had back in the day before they had cross server play. Was you could trade trade items you accidentally greeted. to people, and I think 14 used to have it before it was cross-server too, but I don't remember that one fully.
There are some dungeon
There
pieces
is
from
a
ARR.
loot master mode where the party lead decides.
And I believe some dungeon pieces from ARR are tradable, even outside the dungeon. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but ARR stuff is weird, so we don't talk about it.
Yeah. Something's wrong. Don't rush ahead. Right.
No, we're just gonna take a boulder to the base. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna get a mild concussion. Don't worry about it. It'd be neat if it would kept throwing stuff and we got like ground AoEs we have to worry about. That'd be a cool addition.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be fun.
and it's a dungeon, so it's not like you have to make it hurt hard. Just make it be something we have to do. I don't know, just spitting for dungeon building mechanics. I've been working on those a lot lately.
they need to add just like random lightning AoEs to Heritage Towns.
Do we get some? Do we get a bonus if we dodge 100 of them?
Yeah.
Do I get my super spear?
If you dodge it.
Do I get an achievement and a new spear? I don't care if I don't play Dragoon. I just want that spear. I wish I had like slightly more healing regen. It would be kind of nice.
Alright.
Alright, here's Mama. I haven't been spoiled. I am just legitimately guessing this is Mama. Or this is the guy who had his soul placed into a monster. That's Lunipiatai. Lunipiati.
It's a jackalope.
It's a jackal. Jackal. It's a jackal.
Who roided Roger Rabbit?
Who roided out Roger Rabbit? More healing gear. Yep. Yeet.
Yeet.
That's a jump. All right.
We're broken.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Raging Claw.
Hey,
That's
this
a
game
French.
familiar?
Yeah. No, God, no, no, the flashbacks.
It's too late. We're locked in here.
No, I want out.
Hang in
I
there.
I
It gets
can't.
worse.
I can't do Carbuncle again. The fuck is it? What the fuck? Oh, fuck you.
Fucking questions.
What the fuck is this bullshit? I'm dying.
No, you're not. Not on my watch.
Alright, I think this is the save space. I am not allowed melee. There's no such thing as uptime. Alright, I found max melee range. What the fuck is this bullshit? I guess.
Oh, hey, Ruby. Did we see this before?
Oh god, fuck you, Ruby.
So,
Bongos, were you there for my first?
welcome to hell.
Doc, you were there for my first extreme.
I believe so. Yeah.
It was Ruby.
Yup.
Oh fuck this!
Oh, I didn't see this pattern. Damn.
This is some
there the entire
fucking
time.
bullshit.
It's the last one before this thing happens.
Oh, fuck
you're
you.
gonna- Yeah. Hope you enjoy gaping holes.
Huh?
That's what he said? That's a big hole.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I woke up one day. There was a hole.
I hope you didn't use sprint.
I did. Oh, fuck that! Fuck that! Fuck that! Fuck that! Alright, going against it. This is the best way for me to live. Oh,
Ow.
fuck that.
Rip.
Nope! That's a clip.
Oh no. Oh.
He took the bait.
I was.
I'm gonna die.
Well. Okay.
Sherm, race.
I'm trying. I can't reach you. There.
As far as it went
Oh.
with the stack, I was gonna die anyway, so you know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
I hope you didn't use TVN.
I didn't, but I popped everything else before that. I knew Taco was alive and that I was probably fine, and I was not wrong. Alright, I'm not using sprint this time.
Oh no. I hope it doesn't go this way first.
Nope, it didn't.
Okay.
What the fuck is with your range, you fucking dickhead?
Oh, we need to get back over to him.
Don't.
Fucking asshole. I didn't get close this time. I'm just gonna take the hit. Move. Quake 4? Or... I should be fine. Please slap me. Thank you. Can you please make the Hulk fix, friend? Please? No?
Oh, that's there. No, that's the fight.
Oh, that's some both really, really cool and also some fucking bullshit. I would think that was really cool if it hasn't already killed me once. You.
Also, you can't see what's down there. It is straight up like...
No, it's a hole.
down there.
It's the hole.
Well, I woke up this morning. There was a hole. I'm glad you get that reference. It's an old Tom Scott skit, but a good one.
It's
not that old.
It's a baby
Right?
with
It's about. It's almost 8 years old.
God.
That was after he started putting on weight and being okay with it. Not that he's okay that he became so big, just that he put on weight. All right, that was. I like that gimmick, but it was some bullshit.
Oh.
Ending. I rolled a 1. I'm totally getting this. Ooh.
That is a really nice top.
Which top is it? The
Pending.
I will not cheat someone out of it because I do
the
not
hole
main
is still
tank,
here.
but it is cute. Yeah, it is cute.
This is my hole. It calls to me.
Bye.
Bye.
Congrats on your win, Sherm. I expect to see you using it in raid. All right, calm the healer and hit the exit button.
Yo.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm gonna hop out of chat, but I'll catch you guys later.
All good.
Alright.
Ciao.
My brother felling this beast. He only imprisoned it, like Valley Armanda.
I mean, she says that, but that's still an impressive feat.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Taral Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
Yeah, it's nice that Kryl could bring that information if you weren't paying attention to it.
so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
This took place after he entered the Golden City, but before the dome manifested.
What becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any.
Well, something like that would have had to happen because the Landsguard had moved in here.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
So, you've given him permission?
Teishalja, you will assist Kaniloka. As one of the Landsguard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project, or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable.
I wish she wasn't looking down while doing the thing.
I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliyollal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was.
She wants the dick. Yeah, I was exactly thinking that.
Here and now. It is close. So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours.
Well, she must have. She has a kid. She got the dick. I cannot be the only one to say.
Lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle. But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
Are you all right?
Oh, it's not bugged. I set it so that I had to peak time for it.
Teishalja. Could she be my mother?
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in the Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubigo women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kanaloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishaljar there.
That's where we're going next, then.
I hope this is a new, if albeit small, like additional area, but I'm assuming we're just gonna have like an instanced area we can walk around in. I could see the past like you, then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't any other Mamulja women here for a long time, I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. But when I visited Tuliali and saw one, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. One day, I hope I can see what she actually looks like. Yep. We're discerning the purpose of the research conducted here. The traces of it remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. Yeah, it is neat when they use the dungeon as like an exploration zone and not just like merely a place that you saw once. Curious why the red light? This one was still under observation. What happened to the people here? Did they all leave, or did we meet already? To think people actually volunteered their souls for these experiments. Success was far from guaranteed, and even in the best case, it ceased to be men. Was their devotion to Zoraal so absolute? Crowd's gonna be running for some. Then you hear the attention. The Slayer has entered the facility. What Beck Lug would make of these research and transferred souls? Okay, Krile is it right here. Ah, and Booklamont too. Search likely moved between upper and lower levels. Perhaps we can find a key among their belongings. Makes me angry to think what they did here. Might swap to Dancer just to move around. Lift can be seen behind the iron stairs. It appears the gate will likely resist attempts to open. Verification. I guess they were expecting you to not go talk to Krile immediately. As subject's journal. They're recruiting volunteers for Nukes and I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. They'll transfer a few days ago. I can write good. Yes, I am good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today, bit off head of hand of feeder. Cannot help it, so strong. Hungry, always hungry, cannot control eat. I must eat, am eater. I must eat, am eater, must eat. You find nothing that resembles a verification to eat. Perhaps you should search elsewhere. Oh, hey, they put chat in the game. Classes that are neatly arranged within a cabinet among the various things, a manual outlining regulations and direct class guests to be used in emergencies. You dig deeper. Find a verification gate, perhaps it can open the iron gate. Damn. Probably missed some lore or some shit. Not going the other way first because I am a person who just gets the... You can read everything? Okay, so I can go back down the other way and take a peek. Cool. Thank you. Oh. Was in and around this area. Probably that red room. Ah, mangled corpse. Less next to the body. I was transferred to Uwayatwanta Station in order to train the villagers in the use of technology. While a child can quickly learn to operate common contraptions, it will be no easy thing for them to attain the requisite skill to develop new weapons, ones which require no less than the manipulation of souls. Thankfully, two of my pupils have demonstrated great aptitude in the field. Kanali Oka, the village chief, and Teshla, I think, Ja, a field chirurgeon. Further driven by their loyalty to Arcane, their growth has been remarkable. I dare to hope that before long they will be able to carry out their duties without further instructions, and I may be relieved of my duty. I know I'm going all the way back, but in my obsessive need to make sure I don't miss anything, I want to just make sure I don't miss anything. Back to the room before the pod room. The room before this room? Excuse me. Casting a shadow on the graves. Probably that? If I had to guess, but it's not. What? You know what? We're not gonna. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go. I guess that blood got some airtime. Won't open. See, this. So the attack had to come from sort of this way. Man, that was fucking airtime if that's the case. I was super into forensics as a teen. I almost became a forensics investigator. And one of the things you learn about is blood spatter. And, like, blood lands pointing at the direction it came from. So, like, this blood would be pointing this way. Yeah, no, the attack is coming from inside the house, but it's coming from, you know, this way, not from, like, you would think with all the experiments being in this room, it would be coming from, like, that way. But something was trying to break out in this direction, not the other way around. They were trying to get away from the Turali Vidral. Seems the key can be used to upgrade the lift as well. Let's go. And the goddamn walls. There's a reason everyone is letting Lucia go first and they're circling the kid. Oh, we have just a mission control base. So this is the observatory. Observatory! I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Valley Girl Amanda. All the machinery appears to be still be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure the monitoring can continue emergencies. Yes? Yes, sure. I will say it every time we talk about Valley Garmanda. The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure. Most likely, for a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find any clues about Guluja's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how. Also remember we were just talking in the Waking Sands, and now we're dealing with a holographic computer. Really, it's a Final Fantasy game. Yeah, no, absolutely. It is definitely one of those things. There's so much data, I don't know what we should look at. We can narrow down the search by inputting the name Tesla Ja. It brought up a lot of results. They all say the same thing. Initially, Ja, Administrator of Experimental Treatments, Research Logs. Sounds good, doesn't it? No. Not for this place. Chances are the data is encrypted, and even if not, how would you know how data is encrypted? Hold on. Hold on. No. Beyond my pronunciation of Tishla, Tishal Ja. Beyond any pronunciation there. Can we talk about how Kryl knows data encryption? I guess that's fair, but like, why would her first thought be the data is encrypted? Like, she's had one interaction in Alexandria. Right, the data on her, but that was trying to be a secret. This is a facility. Why would this data be encrypted? I'm sorry. We'll get back to the story. I'm gonna stop digging into this deeper than I probably should.
I love
Ow, you're standing on my foot.
I love Cryo.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to more Cryo times.
I'm on Cryo right now.
Yeah, let's take it back with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. Alright, I'll transfer it to the storage device I brought. I at least get why Galuja would be carrying around a fucking flash drive in his pocket, okay? He's like 7.
Chelsea, bye. Chelsea.
Oh.
Step on his foot more. Okay.
Moved my foot so she couldn't. Do not trip and fall. Please, we cannot go back to the hospital. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I'm able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for both of us. Oh, we're on pre-roll ads. Oh, well, I guess while I'm doing ads, that's a good time to just run to the buy real quick. Yeah, that's super Wooklamot's feeling. I don't understand this computer stuff, but if my nephew's happy, I'm happy. That should be, love you too. Should be good to continue the story. And here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to inform about the facility and its contents, but first things first, we let's deliver the data to Shale. Alright, I'm gonna go find that theme I was gonna do before we continue on. What's this?
Tom, have you seen my copy of the greatest movie of all time?
17 again?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it fell in the hole.
What hole? Oh my god! What is that?
9 years
It's a
ago.
hole.
Yeah, I can see that. What's it doing there?
Well, I woke up this morning. Then there was a hole.
What are you going to do about it?
I put a rug over it. Yeah, it fell in the hole.
Should we call the police or something?
Oh yeah, I called the police, yeah.
Well, where are they?
They're in the hole.
Where is your girlfriend? Tom, where is your girlfriend?
She's at work.
Oh. Where does she work?
In the hole.
God! How deep even is this thing?
That was my favorite mug. That's in the hole.
Tom, do you even know what this is? Like, for all we know, it could be an interdimensional wormhole, or a gateway to hell, or Tom? Tom? Tom!
Hey, what's up? I got a snack.
Tom, will you please take this seriously? What was that?
Hole person.
Where did it come from? Right, the hole. Yeah.
Sorry.
Why
We
are
made
you
an
being so
interlude
calm
for this.
about this?
I'm more worried about the space octopus.
What space octopus?
That one. Oh, here it is. Oh shit.
Alright, that was the hole. The orb is also really good. I'm not gonna watch it on stream, but I have seen it before, yes. I missed a chance to meet him at San Diego Comic-Con. Mainly that I missed a chance to go to Comic-Con, and he was at that San Diego Comic-Con on the day that I was supposed to go. Unfortunately, due to a not knowing that, well, I knew it was going on, but not knowing it was going to be going on when I landed, and not being able to procure a ticket, I was not able to go meet Tom Scott, which would have been fun. In case Alize and I might take ourselves around the city and check on the people. Their mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything we can do to help, but we'll see. Understood. I'll let you know as soon as my work is finished. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Geode. Geode concern is written on his face. Alize isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of the Turali remember a time before they were defended on the Sol system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folks who've been leaving for Tural, ones who with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliyola. My brother is doing all that he can to see that Zak-Tural Railroad restored to operation so that people may come and go more freely. Especially the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot is still necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. When I left, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we can go and see the state of it ourselves. the Shaloni Station, then. Make sure to keep Kona informed. Ah, that's why I did that to you. Short. I do have a fun idea for what I want to do for if I end up continuing on with this crazy idea I've got. I need to go get wings. So heads up, this part seems like a bit of a slog. I was a fan of it because it referenced a lot of Lakota Dakota culture in it. At least thanks for giving me a heads up. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what I feel about it because every time I go to Shaloni, I am unhappy. There has never been anything going on here that I particularly enjoyed, so I'm not necessarily excited to come back again. But we're here now. Battle herself and Lucia to boot. What can I do for you? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increased number of people looking to return to Tural that can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, the Valreason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. And scratch that on his way. It's the boy! He got a new outfit! Did our little Blum Bun finally outgrow his own clothes? We're doing it. We are not doing this. Stop that. As you well know, my previous attire was that of a gleaner, and I have chosen a different path. It was time for a change. He still kept the backpack full of every Boy Scout's desire. Which is, by the way, just everything. You hear about the railroad too? It was in part for my sake that the original Dawn Blazer was sacrificed, so I felt it was only right that I assist with its replacement. I see he's got stuff on it, but I need to take a deeper look at it. Speaking of which, I assume Lamachi has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a manner of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all of the considerations, but now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Mehwasawana. That was a mouthful. That is the Roanik. Though the Hetsaru that followed them are none too pleased about the Hetso being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quiet the railroad should address that complaint, but a silent train presents a different danger. The Roanik will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them or they'll panic and put off their grazing again. With the rail routes plotted to avoid Roanik's preferred grazing areas though, it's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. The Roanik's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I am not certain why, but I intended to ask the people of here for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I would hear what the Hetsaru have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Wato. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hetsaru encampment if you like. Oh! I see what you mean. It's super cute. I approve the addition to the backpack. Like 20 out of 10, highly recommend it. would look at backpack again. Never went up this far north, never needed to. This desert's a bit too green for my taste, I'm being honest. Fuck is up here? Oh, is this where our little training facility is? Is this where the dummies are? I don't see the dummies. This still has to be where it's at. It's just random to have a circle out here for no other reason. Happy Fate? Ah, okay, okay. That makes sense. Vow resolve, vow of reason. I bid you welcome to our camp, but what brings you all the way to here? Thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Zoctoral Railroad. You two have noted the Ronik's unexpected change in behavior then. My son Shepetto has been looking into the matter. Shepetto? I know they were trying to make him look younger, but his face looks... It looks like they took a kid's face and stretched it, and then put it on, like, a smaller adult Makote's body. Normally, we'd expect the Ronik to keep to their favored ground nearby for a while, yet, and despite the thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in these locations. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward toward your railroad. I certainly see no cause for unseasonal migration, nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hitsaru would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am Hitsaru descendant. My parents traveled with Ronik as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration, one of the many sacrifices necessitated by nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. Its encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. Became a stallkeeper in Tuliola's markets, and that is where the Dawn Servant found me and adopted me. I had already been in the place some time when Lamachi came to join us. She had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As a tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Truly, I have never heard of Ronik choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor for any Hitsaru to willingly own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I can't say it. The idea of following in their footsteps that I might make a better excuse for their actions never much appealed to me. But if they had a good reason, wouldn't you want to know? As is often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hitsaru may arise from a fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn Servant. Please, teach me of the Ronik and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Will you learn of the Hitsaru country with me? I should like to approach this with a fervent curiosity that you and my sister may share, but it would be useful to know whether I am doing it correctly. And it's settled. You'll learn more of the Ronik, and we'll look around in the plains. Perhaps in the process we'll find the answers we seek. I do like, for all the joking I make about Little Bun Bun, I do like his new outfit and the addition to his backpack, but very specifically his new outfit. It's very nice. Okay, so that's how the dancing outfit looks if you change it up. I haven't experimented yet. The quickest way to learn about a way of life is to do so as we do. I hope not above manual labor. I am not the most experienced, I'm ashamed to admit, but I shall put forth every effort. That's all we ask. Take these tools. You're coyotes. Don't you stuff to anyone who looks busy and ask if they can help. They'll be happy to teach you to do in exchange for a pair of hands to do it. Let's meet back here later and see what we've learned. Cute Bun Bun. Let's see. I do have the outfit. Let's play with it real quick. Okay, so it doesn't change the blue, it just changes a different accent color. Might do better to go with a different blue. Okay, that's why I'm going crazy. It's this guy. I didn't realize there was somebody playing nearby, but I'm like, it's just off. And it's really bothering me. Thinking about Hits Our Way of Life, are you? I have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking you off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I arrive at myself. And our hits provide us with something that we use in medicines. Poultices, and soap to drive away pests and to sustain our fires. What is it? Is it dung? Again? Sounds like there's a story there, but there is indeed that is indeed the correct answer. I'm trying to remember where the dung came from the first time. We've discovered myriad uses for Runic chips over the years, each a boon to our way of life. There's no need, our hits are always provide. Right. That won't do. The wind will go right through it. And me without a needle and sinew. Oh, these are precisely what I needed. I should be able to patch it up covering now. How often we pack and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, Runic hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry. I'm afraid I finished with my tasks for the time being, but since you're so eager to learn our way of life, I want to tell you a bit about the migration customs. If you're here, you likely already know that the Runic are our Hetso, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of the seasons. We must trust them to lead us to fertile land, all we need to survive. What you may not know is that sometimes the herd splits into two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Hetso must also part with half our number. You may think it strange and stressful custom, but over the years it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as a people. This too is the wisdom of the Hetso. Right. We did use it to scare off the bandits. I'm sorry, my memory of this location is, how shall we say, muffled with anger. And want for murder. And here's Shaker for Ronic's coat. Go ahead and run your fingers through it gently now. It's a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Would you give it a try? Shiveto sent a Rogue brush with you, did he? I like him. Now, just run it through one little patch at a time. You usually rush the Ronique until your arms grow weak from the prolonged battle with its coat. Here's much tidier now, though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. Well done. The less excess fur our friend here have, the more comfortable in the afternoon heat and less susceptible to illness. Combed coat often makes it easier for us to identify injuries should it arrive. There. Smell like the grass and the wind, which is a good thing, I promise. You could nearly be mistaken for one of us, if a bit on the short side. Aye! Oi! I may be small, but I'll tell you, I am not like a chihuahua. I will not bite your ankles, I will take you off at the kneecaps. I have to wonder how Val Kona is getting along. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. I forgot to change back to Dark Knight for this cutscene. Oh well. Ah, there he is now. He's made a friend. Everybody's got a water buffalo. Yours is fast, but mine is slow. Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the Ronique and ended up rather far afield. I myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination to force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how is your own work? Have you anything to share? Revolves around the Ronique, but in turn the people receive all they need. I do believe this one's actually more important. The Ronique are treasured members. Both of them are true. But this one feels like more true. The Ronique are treasured members of this community, as important as family. Indeed, the Ronique provide for Hetzaru, and in turn the Hetzaru are good to the Ronique, just as family should be. Mine is not the only way, though at times I like the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Ronique as they did me, and so I wonder if leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once. It could have been a herd split, honestly. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present court concerns. We are here to service the people of Tural, after all. Nonetheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today, and I will endeavor to remain curious, especially with the Hetzaru are concerned. The Hetzaru are concerned. Glad to hear that, Falcona. You're welcome among our herd anytime. Bounce into something a little more uncomfortable, shall we? And I say that very specifically because this dancing outfit is very good. Gunna appears to loathe to part from his Ronique companion. Gunna, how did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hetzo. Nourish the Hetzaru as they grow and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are an equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Ronique are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. Hetsaru would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. It is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit Ronik's once favored grazing grounds. In which we were told the grass looks fine, the place is too quiet. It's not just a Ronik, even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Ceratoraptors, but they look to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would associate with natural disasters, earthquake, landslides, and the like. The Hetsaru would surely put 2 to 2 together where the cause geological. Yeah, see, this is where real life diverges. We didn't care about the buffalo when we built the railroad. No, we did not. I measured the area's aether to be certain. There was nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. Fuel. Strong etheric signature moving east, moving across the plains, albeit slowly. Large animal, perhaps? It's probably a Turali. Or a Vidral. And a powerful one, like as not. A predator given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be Totoro Hetso? What this word? Roanique Reaver in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night, and another evocative one. Roanique can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Toru Hetso. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. What about Big Fuck-Off Sword? Well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. Can't tell you why this one is so far from home, and it's packed both. In any case, I believe the source of Roanique's consternation is clear, as is our next move. We must drive this reaver away, and they might return to their grazing lands. I can kill just about anything that can be bled. And several things that can't. What about gun? What about gun? Never fear, we will make certain that the beast threatens you. Aww. Soft boy, Kona. We'll turn a druid out of you just yet. Alright. I'm gonna hit the I'm gonna hit ad break a bit early, so that we can do this with everyone here. So let me just go ahead and hit that up real quick. Whistling annoys me. Alright, let's commit crimes. Yeah, so let's get back to it. Cool part is by popping that ad, I actually should be done with ad breaks for the rest of the stream, unless this next part just takes a while, in which case we'll pick up next week if it's not done by 11. Runic Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We can now allow it to roam unchecked. It won't do for us to run off in search of it without it. Bleh. Hold on one sec. But it won't do for us to go off in search of it without having made proper preparations, and if returning across the plane if others returning from across the plane spotted it, they may be able to inform us of recent behaviors and where it might be. Alright, long fight, gotcha. Oh wow, this is geared up that if you're at, like, you know, this, you get knocked down a peg. I didn't even check the eye level of the new stuff. It's not super long, but yeah, it's long.
Help! Help! Odoru Hetsu is coming this way! It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety.
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Runic Reaver.
We've had it once before, voice acting earlier in the patch.
Here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
This next bit is probably going to be a bit of a slog, because I'm assuming we've got to go run to Runic, and
We must protect the Ronek.
it'd be neat if I could switch classes in between.
We're right behind you.
Man, Kona's booking it.
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
That herd should be all right. Let's look for stragglers. The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind. There must be something up ahead. Come!
These are no match for the likes of us.
We're not going to go full pop off, but we are going to pop off here for a bit. Look at Airville just being like, I'm going to get out the way, you guys have fun.
In a panic, clearly an unconfident.
The Veronic are true rally too, but the pterodactyls, yeah, we're not gonna wear them. Oh, god damn it! Can you guys make up your fucking mind? There's plenty for us to go around. I have time to pop this off real quick. Oh, okay. Need to weaken a little bit of all of them at once. Oh, never mind. I didn't need to do shit. Okay. Thank you. Is Kona a sage or a
It seems that did the trick.
He's an innovator.
At least. But where's...
Alright. And I... Yo, look, we're hunting a monster from Monster Hunter.
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Rona Griever, and no mistake. There, that one there.
You need to hit it a little bit better. Dude, you about to get whacked. Well, you at least stopped it. You ever get hit by a monster from Monster Hunter? Dude, that's my job.
Even should it cost me my life.
Dude.
I will save the Hetzo!
Oh, my boy's come a long way, but he's about to have some problems. Nope, that's not pausing.
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety. There. You've nothing to fear.
Right. Let's finish the job.
I'm here for fight.
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer!
Yeah, you just need a bigger shield break. Yeah, no, you guys take your time on figuring out this whole thinking thing. I'll get right on not dying. Yeah. I could probably do my 1 minute at least. I probably could have shielded that. Nah, but really, like, targeting different areas, it really is like... It is like you're doing, Monster Hunter. Back a little bit. Oh, that was just chaos damage. Okay, cool. Back on its head. The neck.
One well-placed piercing round to the chest and
Yo, where'd you get that? When can I get one? Heavy bow gun with sniper. Oh shit! Forgot about that. Yeah, I deserve that. Alright, this is safe now. Look, Lamont, do not stand near me. He is about to fire a beam. She's standing near me. Yeah, she does. Alright, here we go.
This is going to hurt.
Only 259,000 crit on my Disystem. No biggie. Got some Shadow Bringers numbers there.
We did it. The Hetzo, are they?
Alright, fine, buddy.
The Ronek have all made it to Mehua Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Balvreason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetzo.
I did no more than as a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeni Hetta. A camp that was obliterated in an...
Oh, we got to meet Kona's dad.
Lozeni Hetta. That's where the Pelu Pelu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a Reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. And as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became
became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek. But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe.
Big, deep sigh.
So much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am Dawn servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Aw. Alright, I need one quick second, guys. Alright. Imagine how Kona must be feeling right now. Oh, that wasn't Kona. Alright. To know the Hetso are safe, is more than enough, yet would it be wrong to hope that in protecting them we also avenge my parents? Is at least I owe it to them after all this time. Lucia, thank you for standing by me as Dawn servant, and that's oft perfect man beneath the mantle. Return our attention to the matter we came here to address, shall we? We have to remove the root cause of Ronique straying from their favored grazing, and we have removed and obtained the tools to devise a precautionary measure, a silent whistle as it were. Whistle must be capable of emitting a pulse of aether strong enough that they will shy away from the Strax on instinct, but yet not so strong enough as to drive them into a panic. Being a Cheesus, it'll be far set better than a traditional whistle. More effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Thumbs up. Return to Shaloni Station to begin work there. Wallachie and his crew will doubtless be relieved to finally have a solution. Yeah, that's a lot of grazing land, and with a lot of the cerulean being like dug up over here, and you cut off more of this land, like they won't have anywhere to go. Okay, let me set my statement later.
She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel, and we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Right, if we're done talking, let's put this train through our paces.
There's a Ronek up ahead. Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
Yeah, no, the train does not stop that fast, but I'm not gonna argue with video game physics this far.
Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
I get why we didn't do much in Alexandria, but it kind of has this feel like we should have been doing a little bit more. I'm not out yet. I'll fully admit I'm not sure what this next bit of story. It might change my mind, but I'm gonna say like tentatively I'm not like, all right, time to take a break from 14 like yet. But I'm still not like wholly sold on like Dawntrail like being a story that I like personally enjoyed. I would say this is still by far like the weakest of all of them. I know such things are always personal. But it just doesn't have like the same, you know, cut and dry. Like it's just, I don't know. I have like just slightly higher expectations after Endwalker and Shadowbringers like really just knocked it out the park, and I'm still kind of just sort of sitting here, wondering when I'm gonna get like returns on investment for that, like sitting being patient. Oh, sorry, I'm just finishing up one thing out here real quick. We were really worried we'd never be ruling the railroad again, but now the test drives us 6, we can breathe easy and start in the continent. What? Zakhtara, here we come. I share this sentiment, but we got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure the smooth operation time to get back to it. It's all here today. Have not got on us once more. I thank you. No, and that's fair. It's fair to be like, to personally disagree with my statement that it's, that the story is good. Again, I don't tend to put ARR on this table. I would say even still compared to ARR being all over the place, Dawntrail is probably a generally better story, but ARR was building a lot of crap long term. As for our work, I would trust you handle matters in Alexandria, Lamity. Alright, time for the next quest. Well, it's possible that Shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread the word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale, what do you have her working on? Okay. Guluja's mother. I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. There's no cost to looking at me like that. That Kashui we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. Ah, so cute. I needn't search for what she left behind because she left it with me, and I will carry it always. Coffee. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a tiny, tiny coffee? What? No. Baka. It is merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought it as a good souvenir as any. Whatever you say, for what it's worth, I think it's nice to bring her with you in your travels. Yes, well, you're off to the Dome now, aren't you? I think I might join you for a time, see if there is aught I can do for the people there. Much changed though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way. Oh, we're talking to Graha. Did my stream do a pre-roll when it wasn't supposed to? I'm gonna be mad if I got a pre-roll while I wasn't paying attention. Because I should be coming up on like 15 minutes left, and it says it's 30. I know you don't get ads. I keep track of it because now I have to keep track of it for if I'm doing it more as Thor suggested. Simple yet elegant solution, and thus is the railroad back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale has nearly finished processing the data. She will be able to share her findings with us imminently. I'm interrupting something, I gather. Ayeshala, what brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate and Skydeep Synod for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought I would do well to have the company of an expert on Electrope. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I can join you once we finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny. It's mine, but you can take a look. I am not giving it up freely. At least if I have a choice in story matter, which I don't.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Teishul Jah herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
My name is Teishul Jah, and I decided to record this to To help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I am. Was a Chirurgeon with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatch to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Turyulal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran. And in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire.
It's the eek.
Today. It should have been today. A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
He had a kid with him very specifically just so that he could.
Scales are blue.
He's your son.
No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me! Get that thing away from me!
That's fucking awful.
Kaniloka shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well, but I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the Drift Downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
I'm fine, Lamarchi. Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try.
Also, this is fucking depressing.
I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
It's just sad. Some problems can't just be murdered away. I should tell him why. Better to know for one so young, though I wish he didn't have to be. Gololcha is indeed wise beyond his years. One never outgrows the need for dependable companions. 'Tis fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Xiao. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Gololcha. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, have we shared? I am ready to head to Living Memory when you are. Be thorough, so we will need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much more to attend to. Farewell. Or before you leave, network's already spreading word up, so we expect people would be clamoring to get on the first flight. Yet the reaction has been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. But when we spoke before, you said many Tulali seemed eager to reunite with many friends. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard? If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In case we need to speak with the people ourselves, let's start with the Leonine. I wonder if I'm going to be magically hated and get what I wanted at the start of this story. I should be getting close to done. This is the start of the expansion was called Crossroads. This quest is called Crossroads, so I feel like we should be, you know, I feel like we should be like close to it. I am really hoping for some, like, general dislike. Maybe not directed at Wooklamont. It really doesn't feel like she should be disliked. As much as, like, Lucia actively being.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Why are you asking me? I just got here.
Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
the Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong. But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function. I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the Ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware.
Yeah, you guys are realizing how bad the regulators are.
To any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
What? The existential dread of death?
It's Queen Sphene!
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Somebody pulled off a bullshit. I'm very good at making sure things I kill stay dead.
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do.
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here.
Oh, the old man did this shit, didn't he? This is not healthy.
Sphene is gone. Forever. You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
Yeah, there's a smirk.
What are you talking about?
There's definitely ways that they could have backed up Sphene.
You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty?
Oh. Someone's playing.
What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria.
Okay, so he's not... He's either fully in control and pre-programmed something to keep him from doing it, or... someone else is pulling some strings here. Regulators still regulate memories.
Won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed?
Or Sphene backed herself up.
Not for us.
She's a robot. She literally could have backed herself up. It would not have been impossible.
I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memory shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution.
All of us shall be made endless.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, You need never again fear death.
Hmm.
You may live as you please, and
I
as long as you like.
actually don't like this.
Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received Neo-Regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all. One day soon, those with Neo-Regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5,000 of us.
You Victral!
Look, Lamott's about to get us into.
The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people. Who are you?
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Bye. I'm gonna go. Because murdering everyone in a 5-mile radius is just not on my things to do today.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
Delusions, delusions, we all live in delusions. Why are my pre-roll ads rolling before they're... Lady, you already went mano a mano against me. Why you grinning at my back? We only caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message about Neo-Regulators was received with utmost clarity. They couldn't have been Sphene. She should have been destroyed when the Meso terminal shut down. Without a single Alexandrian to bear witness, presented with an identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen, 'tis no surprise they would choose to believe she's alive. I'm surprised this isn't voice acted, if I'm being honest. What is troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor. 'Tis as if their memories have been erased. Given the members of Oblivion remain unaffected, that was likely the work of the Regulators, but by whose design? Someone's smart enough to play at being the Queen of Reason, and that guy is even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria would be on her side. We need to find out who she really is. I agree wholeheartedly, we should avoid drawing more attention than we already have. We must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. I honestly don't want a meanwhile, but I know I'm getting one. Oh, in living memory. Okay, so we're getting some Y'shtola and... Is our knightly friend?
Where am I? My people. Are they safe?
Oh good, there's more of these running around. You know, I have committed a lot of murder, and I am so tired of things not staying dead. In fear of death, the people turn to Queen Reborn, their fates to learn. Not here for Sphene's return. A cursory glance at imposters. Aether would have doubtless been enough to confirm our suspicions beyond a doubt. So my thoughts are that there could be actual multiple Sphenes rolling around, each with different personalities. That's gonna be my rolling go-to theory, is that is actually a Queen Sphene. It is not someone who's faking to fake it. It is someone who has some memories of Sphene, so can play at it, but it is a more sinister side of Sphene. This other Sphene we have being more of her positive nature, and that this is the one who would not sacrifice her people, and that's what's going out. Look, as someone who has a known mortophobia and a constant need when dealing with death of existential dread, this is not a storyline I'm kind of okay with coming back to. But I get what's going through these people's heads, but I'm kind of not okay with it, personally. I feel like these people have been... Are you saying, your thoughts would you say they have a very strong desire to see the Queen hail and whole again, and that they basically just summoned a entity pretending at it? Potentially, but they need a lot more Aether than they would have. But all of those were shut down. There's all of that energy was sent into the Living Memory dungeon. I thought they were used to kill us used in an attempt to kill us at the end. It is presumably in the live stream, but I could be wrong. You know, your theory is not any less valid than my theory. I think it is backup memories of Sphene taking place in different robots, but a game theory. But it's just a theory, a game theory. But again, I am not quite what I would say the biggest fan of this plotline. As somebody who's a fan of Final Fantasy IX and there being huge themes of death, I don't like this particular take on it. That's just personal. I feel like there was way better storylines they could have told. But then again, Final Fantasy IX is a lot about war and how war is bad. How there's good guys and bad guys on all sides of conflicts, and how really the only thing that happens is loss. Among other themes. But I would really say that God, I hate that line. War never changed. War literally always changes. There's some themes that do not, but war changes. But yeah, I would ultimately say this patch was not enough to make me quit Final Fantasy XIV, but it was not enough for me to be excited either for more Final Fantasy XIV. I am growing tired of killing things in this game and them not staying dead. You know, sometimes you get interesting evolutions of characters, for instance, Gaius, Estinian. Those are characters that I have quote-unquote killed that have come back to be interesting characters later. Graha is a character that has died multiple times, theoretically, and has come back and is a very interesting character. You know, we've had the many forms of Hydaelyn, But like, I like Xenos. I will fully admit that Lynn was not out of line being like, I wish Xenos would just stop coming back. I like Emmett Selk, but you know, him coming back a couple times to help us, like, it really felt like it was starting to push the envelope. Yeah, we really will see what they do with Sphene. I am certain there is like going to be a good choice and a bad choice. I'm very meh to my choices right now, though, and the whole, you know, everybody standing in the hall, you know, the twins in the hallway like shtick, but with like all the people being like, but this is Queen Sphene, kind of really would just like ground me in the wrong way. And then having like, I don't know, I am, like I said, I am a mortophobe. I am truly terrified of death, mainly because I have so much stuff I want to do still before I go. But the fact of the matter is that this storyline is not one that's for me, and I've already kind of had to deal with the Dawn, like, first 2/3 of Dawntrail being the story not for me, but I've been kind of just hanging around. When I mean done with 14, I don't mean I'm quitting the game. I should phrase that differently. I'm not going to quit doing raiding until I burnt out. I liked the gameplay loop of 14. I like the storyline of the Alliance raid, and I like the storyline of the raid tiers. That's going to be enough to really push me through the rest of this expansion. It might have me like end a couple months early if we get done with, say, A12 or Arc 12. I think it's M, actually, but you know what I mean. The 12th tier in Arcadian. But yeah, I would, you know, part of me would like to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to be doing this till I'm 90. But another part of me is like, actually, no, I've quit MMOs before. It's hard, and I usually need a different MMO to fill the space. But I have quit MMOs before. It's difficult because this game is such a time. Like this game, like MMOs are the definition of like the what's it called? Sunk cost fallacy. Like the amount of times I have played a game because I kept playing a game because I had invested so much time into that game already. It's like very high. It's why a lot of games I play these days are games that I played before, and need like really good like hard push to play a different one. I guess while I'm here, I'll go grab it. Not planning on progging it until I prog it with the group, but. But yeah. So, anywho, I want to thank everybody for coming, and I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the storyline, even if I was not the biggest fan of it. There are parts I do like. I do like seeing Kona's growth in this expansion, mainly because he kind of has the Zaruja growth I wish I didn't have. I did like the horror scene. Though I will admit I am actually disappointed that the last boss was a Taral Vidral and not some horrible experiment with the Taral Vidral, or Tarali Vidral gone, like, wrong. I really would have preferred it to be, like, Zaruja's mom, like, as a twisted monstrosity who had been merged with it. But you know, taking it at, like, face value, it was fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and good night, Lucia. Put the panic potato to bed. Alright, I want to thank everyone for coming in. I hope you enjoyed. Let's see. I don't think I have anybody doing streams that I want to stream. I really should start broadening my scope for that. Oh, we do have a Kalinal. So we'll go raid her. I don't know what she's doing right now. Oh yeah, no problem, sure. Thank you for coming. We're gonna raid Kalinal. She's doing some DSR, I think. I'm not sure. It looks like she's just on break. But yeah. And she's got her cat cam going. So I want to thank you all for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you later.